Recession is imminent. It's literally around the corner. It could be a month from now, it can be 2 months, it could be 3 months, but I think it's here and it will be here within the next 2 years. So what are you doing about it? Do you know the past we had more millionaires during the 2008 recession than any other recession, right? And there's one coming. Are you going to be a victim or a conqueror? Are you going to be a victim or a victor? It's your time to make that decision right now. Because I'm warning you now, it's here and it's coming. It's coming thick and fast. It's really going to be a massive storm. A storm that you've never seen in your entire life. It will be massive, it will be gigantic. So it's about time for you to think, are you going to be that victim? Are you going to be the person who lost his job, who's never ever able to recover? Or are you going to be the person who became a millionaire out of this? So I'm sharing that with you right now so that you know it's coming. It's absolutely here. It's right here. You've seen all the signs. Inflation is at 10%. That's what the government tells you, but it's not. It's on 15 to 20% right now. You look at the groceries. Things have gone up over 50%. Petrol to fill your car is about £100. Okay? All the signs are here. Interest rate has been increased to actually slow it down, but it's not working. Ukraine is here. Food shortages everywhere around the world, right? It's not just in Africa or Middle East or Asia. There's food shortage everywhere. Ukraine basically is the biggest maize or cereal suppliers. And again, they're not supplying anybody. Literally, people are struggling. The world is going to come to a standstill. The world is going to adjust itself again. The world, something drastic is going to happen. Are you going to be a victor or a victim, right? I would suggest you go for the earlier suggestion to become a victor. Become the person who win out of the recession. Become the person who became a millionaire in the recession. So set yourself in nicely to get ready for that storm, because that storm could be any time from now. It could be tomorrow, next month, next year. It could be any time within the 24 months. I'm not 100% certain on this, by the way, but all the signs are prevailing. All this, look at China, for example. Beijing has been closed for over 2 months. They literally just opened and they shut down again within a couple of weeks or so, right? Again, that's the manufacturing hub of the world. If that is shutting down, we've got Ukraine, right? We just get out of COVID. Obviously, guess what happened? There will be a recession. And again, I'm not 100% certain on this, but no matter what, may put yourself in the position to gain financial freedom through this. I have some of my coaches who became multi-millionaires during the 2008 crisis. When everybody thought the world was about to end, they were acquiring assets and making lots of money out of it. So I want you to be that person. Join us in that journey. Come with me so we can work together to actually get to that level. Right? As I said, recession is imminent, right? You are going to lose your job, unfortunately, especially if you're working in a job where you're not adding significant value. You know if you're adding significant value in your job or not. If you know you're not, it's about time to think about it. Recession is always here, and it's here. It's really, really very getting close. So what are you doing to protect yourself? What are you doing to actually ensure your family is protected? In this video, I'm going to share with you basically what causes recession, and then obviously how you can protect it, right? What causes recession firstly is because it's where there is a standstill or production in an economy, or the world economy is kind of stagnating, right? There are more demand than supply, and there are lots of people kind of wanting the same thing, and there's less of that thing, which is inflation basically. And then obviously people are not manufacturing, manufacturers are not manufacturing, prices are going up significantly, and people obviously are not having higher salaries. Their salary has remained the same for about 5-6 years. It hasn't changed drastically, and then prices are increasing and increasing and increases, and companies cannot afford to actually pay you because it's costing them more to provide the services or product that they're selling out there. And then obviously once that demand hit that pinnacle stage, guess what? People would then not afford to pay, and guess what? The company would have lots of stock, they won't be able to sell it, and then guess what? That then becomes a recession, right? And then this price increases drastically, then causes people to be fearful even to go out for a meal, become fearful to buy product and services. That's the fear. Is the fear. If the fear become imminent, or if the fear becomes sudden, that then stop the economy from working. Right, it stops everybody, because if you used to go to a restaurant once a week, then you stop that restaurant has lost the business. If you used to go a couple of times or so and you've stopped one and you start going once again, that business has lost that money. If you used to do shopping every month and you stop that business has been you've made them lost money that way. So these are the signs of recession. Number one, price increase. Number two, more demand, less supply. Number three, obviously the war in Ukraine, and then number four, obviously people are worried about what the interest rate or what's happening within the economy. But now I would like to share with you how you could overcome things like that. But before we get going, if you like this video or any of my videos, hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of these amazing tutorials. So how do we overcome recession? Right? How can we take advantage of it? Because it's very, very important for us to take advantage of it when it comes, because obviously that's when lots of people make money. Lots of people make so much money during COVID. They become multimillionaires whilst other people struggle. So again, you want to be that person who literally was a victor when the recession hits. Right. So to protect yourself, the first thing I think you need to do basically is to save the income that you receive. I know it might be difficult to save right now because things are very, very expensive, but trust me, you can still find a way to save. If you used to buy things in Tesco's, Asda, Morrison, Waitrose, maybe you want to consider Aldi, you want to consider Lidl. You want to consider Poundland, for example. You want to start to go to cheaper places to do your shopping, right? And I would advise you to save 15% of your net income, right? You need to be saving that anyways, with or without recession coming. 15% of your salary, you need to be able to save that. Promise yourself, no matter what, you put that 15% aside, okay? Put that 15% aside. That would enable you to be able to accumulate a bit of money to think about investing passively. 15%, go for it. If it's 15%, that's what I would advise it to be minimum. Some people advise them to do 25 or 30%. Basically, you have to change your lifestyle for now. So if you're one of those who likes to go to this expensive shop, consider Lidl, Aldi, wholesalers, cash and carries, right? Start going to places like that. Cash and carry could be a good way to save you money. Right, go to cash and carry that don't require you to pay a subscription, okay? Because there are some cash and carries that it requires you to pay monthly subscription or have to pay to register. If you don't want to do that, go to cash and carries that don't require you to do any of that. Most of them require you to have a business or whatever form of business to be able to buy product from them. Again, create a business and then obviously go and buy in wholesales. Places like Booker's. Booker's could be a nice place to shop. And then we have over cash and carries. Each town and city's got different type of cash and carries. Start buying in bulk instead of in retail, okay? And the second thing also you do, live below your means, right? No matter what, whether you got an increase in your salary, whether you've got leftover money after you've taken all your expenses, continue living below your means. Okay, if you live in below your means, you'll be able to save that money. And again, when I'm talking about saving here, I'm not talking about saving for 5, 6, 10 years. No, I'm talking about saving money to be able to invest immediately, maybe 6 months, a year, or maybe 18 months, so you can have enough money saved to start investing. Right, you don't want to save for 15, 20 years or maybe 10 years because it won't do you any good, because you don't get anything from saving that money. So live below your means, save that 15%, and then whatever is left over after living below your means is basically add that up in your savings. So again, that's what gets you to prepare yourself, okay? Preparing yourself. And again, get another income stream. Find another income stream. If you're an accountant, right? Maybe you want to start advertising online on how to help people do their tax return, for example, so you can make a bit of money there. If you know how to cycle, maybe you want to do deliveries over the weekend, or you could do Just Eat, over the weekend, or maybe Uber It if you like cycling, because you're going to cycle anyways. Right, if you're going to cycle anyways, why not do that as a side business so you can continue doing the cycling that you like? Or if you know how to drive, consider being an Uber driver. Again, that gives you another additional income. I know it's not passive income, but that gets you additional income to be able to invest for passive income. Okay, remember, we're trying to set ourselves nicely for when the recession hits. Because if you have cash when recession hits, you will pick things for bargain. I'll talk about that in a minute anyways. And again, prepare yourself to have joint venture partners, okay? Networking, as I said, that's what I'm going to talk about next. Network with people, find potential joint venture partners, okay? Work on that now. Find potential joint venture for people who's got money if you haven't got money. Right? If you've got the experience, find people who's got money. Tell them, listen, I'm working on this deal. This is happening. Try to form that team for when the storm hits, okay? Network with those people. And again, if you've already saved maybe 5, 10, 15,000 pounds or whatever amount you've saved, suppose you save 25,000 pounds, you have two options then, right? I would suggest you invest in properties. That's what I invest in. I invest in properties. Invest in properties. And then once you invest in properties, you've got two options, right? You could either invest that money by taking rent-to-rent deals, or you can go and buy your own properties yourself. Suppose you buy the property, right? You've got two benefits, right? You have cash flow. So once you've bought that property, your tenant would pay you rent, and then taking all your expenses, you'll be making about 250 to about 400 pounds per calendar month. Again, that gets you passive income. And then when you do this, basically, you buy that property, probably by the time you finish saving, recession has hit already, and then you go and pick these properties in bargain. You will pick the properties literally at discount. One of my mentors told me he was buying properties that worth 150,000 for about 40 to 50,000 pounds. Imagine how much discount is that? So he was only able to do that because he joined venture with someone who had money, right? He knew this was coming. Basically, he literally speak to someone who's got money, and then obviously tell that person, listen, whatever you have, let's get that ready to invest in properties. So basically, they were able to buy lots of properties. In your case, if you have 25,000 pounds, and then you were looking to buy 100,000 pounds property, and that property now is about 50,000, you can buy two properties with that 25,000 pounds, and then that would enable you to actually get amazing cash flow. And guess what? When recession hits, rent will still be paid, because obviously the government would help people to pay their rent, and then obviously you still get that cash flow, okay? And guess what? Once we've gone through the recession, things come back to normal, your property would go back to where it was, if not more than how much it was. For example, those properties that they bought about 50,000 pounds in 2008, those properties now worth about 300 to 400,000 pounds. Again, you can see how much they've gone by. They've gone triple the amount. So again, that's how you do your investment. Again, if you want to make your property work a lot harder for you, or your money to work a lot harder for you, instead of renting it to get a normal rent from someone, you could use it as service accommodation or holiday let. Right. Point of note here, right? During recessions, people don't go on holiday abroad. They tend to do stay occasions. They tend to holidays within the country. Guess what? Service accommodation would boom. Holiday let would boom, because it's cheaper to holiday here in the UK than traveling to Spain, Portugal, or Germany, or New York for holiday. Again, people would want to stay here. Again, obviously, if you've saved that money, you've got that money, you've bought those properties, do them as holiday let or service accommodation. And again, in average, for a holiday let or service accommodation property, you'd be making anywhere between 15 to 25,000 pounds a year, right? In some occasions, you're making 15 to 40,000 pounds a year. You heard me right, in one property that you don't maybe only spend 25,000 pounds, or maybe a property that you secured on a rent-to-rent deal. So again, it's a better return on your investment. It's a massive return on your investment, right? So these are the things you need to consider now, basically, before COVID hits. Again, you can get one property. If you haven't got lots of money, get one property. Don't rent it to normal family. Go and do service accommodation. I know I'm being a bit selfish here, right? But if you do it as a service accommodation or as a holiday let, you would make massive massive return on your investment. Imagine buying one property that will generate you 15 to 40,000 pounds net profit. That is just unbelievable. That would expedite your investment process and it will take you to the next level. So are you really going to watch this opportunity pass by without taking any action? Are you really going to do that? I hope you won't be that person that will just sit back and wait for this storm to go away and you become the victim. You drown along. You literally drown in this wave. You don't want to be that person. Are you really going to sit down or sit back and relax, wait for your company to be able to get you to where you want to go? I hope not. So take your financial situation into your responsibility, right? Take the action now. Are you going to educate yourself? Are you going to start finding joint venture partners? Are you going to start networking? Are you going to start saving that money? I know it might be short time now, but whatever money you could save it right now to get you prepared for when recession hits, because it's coming, it's on its way. We've got all the signs, basically. We've got all the signs and it's coming. But I warn you now, don't let that storm, don't be a victim of that storm. Be a victor, right? Be someone who succeeds during these difficult times. Someone who made a massive return on their investment during these difficult times. And again, I really, really hope this has bring home an idea or ways to start investing in properties. Again, if you like this video or any of my videos, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe for my channel for more of these amazing tutorials. I look forward to sharing the next video.